You know that feeling when your cat finally curls up on your lap, and suddenly, the whole world stops? Your leg starts tingling, your bladder is screaming. The remote control is just an inch out of reach, but you do not dare shift a single muscle. Let me ask you something. Why do you voluntarily torture yourself like this? If you have ever endured this excruciating numbness just to avoid waking a sleeping cat, congratulations, you are not crazy. This video is going to reveal the profound truth about your brain. Your phone starts buzzing on the coffee table, just out of reach. Your bladder is sending increasingly urgent signals. Your left leg went completely numb 20 minutes ago. By all normal standards, you are physically miserable. Yet, you refuse to move a single inch. People who do not understand cats look at this everyday phenomenon and laugh. They think it is just a funny quirk. They assume it is submission. They call you a crazy cat servant who is easily controlled by a tiny animal. But they are completely wrong. This is not submission. This is not some blind, irrational obsession. You are not ignoring your own basic needs because you are foolish. You are staying perfectly still because your brain is receiving a reward so profoundly powerful that it actively overrides physical discomfort. Your muscles freeze. Your posture locks. You gladly choose the numbness. You willingly endure the inconvenience. And when you understand what is actually flowing through your veins in that exact moment, everything makes perfect sense. Think about how a dog loves you. A dog gives you affection by default. You walk through the front door, and they are overjoyed. It is a beautiful kind of love, but your brain fundamentally expects it. Dogs are genetically programmed to need you. Cats do not operate on default affection. Biologically, a domestic cat is both predator and prey. Their nervous systems are wired for extreme hypervigilance. They are constantly scanning their environment, analyzing threats, and fiercely protecting their boundaries. So, when this fiercely independent, highly alert creature decides to approach you, it means something. When it climbs onto your lap, tucks its paws in, and closes its eyes, it is making a calculated survival decision. It has assessed your energy and deemed you entirely safe. When this happens, your brain recognizes the sheer magnitude of this choice. It triggers an immediate chemical cascade. A sudden surge of dopamine floods your system, providing a deep sense of reward. Then comes the oxytocin, the bonding hormone, the exact chemical that creates trust in human relationships, but here, it is completely uncomplicated. For someone who is highly sensitive or introverted, this specific moment is everything. In the human world, validation is exhausting. You constantly have to earn your place. You have to speak the right way, match emotional energies, and perform social routines just to feel accepted. You are always wondering if you are enough. A cat bypasses all of that. It does not care about your social performance. When it chooses you, it provides the ultimate psychological validation. You did not have to prove anything. You did not have to exhaust yourself. You just had to exist. It feels like a profound honor because, on a neurological level, it truly is. But that is not all. Your cat is not just giving you a psychological privilege. It is actually interfering with your physical system. When 10 pounds of warm fur settles onto your chest or across your legs, it is not just a cute behavior. It is applied physics. In occupational therapy, this exact mechanism is known as deep pressure stimulation. The steady, localized weight acts essentially like a living, breathing, weighted blanket. It sends an immediate, undeniable signal to your autonomic nervous system. It literally forces your body to shift out of the sympathetic state. That exhausting fight-or-flight mode where you spend most of your day anticipating problems, reading the room, and managing stress. It shuts it down entirely, pushing you directly into the parasympathetic state. Rest and digest. And then, the engine starts. The cat begins to purr. A domestic cat purrs at a very specific, low rhythmic frequency, typically falling between 25 and 150 hertz. In human medicine, frequencies in this exact range have been clinically proven to lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and physically heal tissue. It is a biological frequency of repair. When that steady vibration aligns perfectly with the deep physical pressure on your body, your nervous system has absolutely no choice but to surrender. Your heart rate slows, your muscles loosen, your cortisol levels drop. The world stops spinning. In that exact moment, you are not just sitting under a demanding pet. You are receiving an intensive session from a highly calibrated biological therapist. It is a physical grounding that instantly soothes an overstimulated brain. The numbness in your legs suddenly feels like a completely reasonable price to pay for a nervous system that is finally allowed to power down. The truth is, this physical experience fills a very specific void that human relationships rarely can. Human relationships are beautifully complex, but they are also incredibly loud. They are built on a constant, exhausting exchange of energy. Think about the unspoken demands you face every single day. People expect you to respond quickly. They want you to explain your feelings. They need you to reassure them, to match their emotional energy, to show up in exactly the way they prefer. Even the people who love you the most will ask, "Why are you so quiet? Why do you need so much alone time? Why aren't you more expressive? Why don't you need me the way I need you?" For someone whose nervous system is naturally sensitive or easily overstimulated, this endless negotiation is draining. You spend your entire life managing other people's emotional states. You perform, you mask, you calculate your responses. You try to match the volume of a very loud world just to survive in it. Cats do not operate that way. A cat never assumes access to your energy. When that cat finally settles on your lap and pins your legs to the sofa, there is absolutely no expectation of small talk. There is no demand for eye contact. They do not need you to be cheerful. They are not monitoring your mood to figure out how to react. It is affection without demand. It is connection without intrusion. It is the purest form of mutual respect. You are not antisocial for wanting this. You are not cold. You are simply exhausted. Under the weight of a sleeping cat, you have found a rare sanctuary where you can finally drop the mask. The reason you refuse to move your numb legs is because moving means breaking the spell. It means getting up and returning to a world that constantly needs something from you. In that quiet moment, for the first time all day, absolutely nothing is required of you. You are allowed to just be. And this leads us to the most profound truth about the cat paralysis phenomenon. So the next time you find yourself trapped under a sleeping cat, with your leg going completely numb and your phone ringing in the other room, realize what is actually happening. You are not trapped. And you are definitely not staying perfectly still just because you are afraid to wake the animal. That is the great illusion. You are staying still because your exhausted nervous system has finally found a safe anchor to pause the world. In a culture that is absolutely obsessed with constant productivity, endless communication, and forced dependency, this moment is revolutionary. You have chosen to love a creature that stays with you not out of necessity, but out of pure preference. They do not need you to entertain them. They do not need you to validate them. They just need you to be present. And for a highly sensitive brain, that quiet companionship is exactly what you need to feel human again. Embrace the numbness. Let the outside world wait. Because your cat did not just choose your lap. Your body chose your cat. If this deep dive hit home for you today, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below about your own cat. And if you want to support more content like this, hit that join button.